afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Strike Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Lost Glide, but in the north we got Redxwings. Fighting here for America, freedom and democracy. The good Captain Redxwings fighting here for the 1st Infantry Division, 3rd Company, holding the line here as the Germans under the command of Hauptsturmführer Luciano launching the assault here with the 2nd SS Panzer Division, 5th Company. Lightning Roll, mobile defense, and awesome is all of it amongst his tools with Panzerfaust, anti-tank and mine bulletins versus Redxwings airborne, tactical support, and rifle company with one rifle ammunition and 1 bazooka bulletin here. A triple reaction start here for Redxwings, just sweeping out the field here rapidly. It's apparently 3rd Company is a bit short on actual riflemen at the time being. More Grenadiers arriving here for Luciano, infantry, and both players here by to an extent playing a bit more aggressively, a bit more loose. We can see Redxwings is basically trying to hit both field points at the same time. Luciano seems to be sort of trying to pressure maybe his opponent around the core point, at least secure control of the church, setting up position there, which is going to make it harder for Redxwings to then threaten the rest of Luciano's territory, at least to pressure him a bit as well. And there we go, he's also running off the entrance here, pretty much preventing Redxwings from easily being used to the church. So there we go, Reason's pushed away from the field point, but still, it's going to be a bit of a nuisance here, just pressuring Luciano around his own field point. Carve point there being watched over by Reason's squads, got final rifle on the way there for Redxwings, field point grabbed for America. MD4 moving up into the church, going to kick in those very large oaken doors and set up with some machine and gewehr. Pioneers moving up aggressively here. Might be too late to try and figure out if Redxwings going to do anything here in the northwest, and also pressure around his cut-off point. Luciano is playing very fast, very aggressive. Looks like he's going to go for a sniper, considering it's all the manpower setting up. Even got Y here again, sort of blocking off another entrance. He's trying to block off another one, but in this case halted by Redxwings rifle reaction. No, he goes for the Grenadiers, so it might have been. Oh, it is a sniper. It is a sniper. All right, might be just a bit of indecision there. Maybe a misclick from Luciano. In the meanwhile, though, Redxwings is just grabbing a lot of territory using his triple re-echelon start. Triple re-echelons could also very likely indicate he's planning a rifle company, since triple re-echelons would work very well with a bunch of flamethrowers. So obviously some of them will likely turn into bazooka teams with, well, bazookas. In which case, of course, he does have the range increased bullets in there to make them slightly cheekier. But sniper, they're almost done for Luciano and the 2nd SS Panzer Division Das Reich. Second round squad around there for Redxwings in the interesting force composition there, but then this is Redxwings. He does, interesting force composition like some large, change socks. Grenadiers of his rations out in the open, shooting them down here, fighting around the car pump racing because the sniper. Luciano has no forces nearby, in part because he went for the sniper. So he's actually a bit extended here versus Redxwings. So we can see the rations keeping up some of the Grenadiers. Rifle attack head on. Grenadiers should be able to focus them down, and there we go. He immediately switch over to the bigger threat here, the riflemen. If they get behind here, over to this point, the Grenadiers will be in a lot of trouble. So the faster we can deal some serious damage to the riflemen there, the better. Pioneers moving in, rations swept away there, but the cuff point has been hit. And Luciano will be losing a bit of fuel there to Redxwings. We've got more Grenadiers away, and he might be trying to see if those can force to assist, but overall, this is very much. Oh, he ends up retreating. Interesting. Might be the Redxwings just felt like that'd be too much of a threat from other elements there from Luciano, and just, rather than just waste here, immediately pulls back and prepares for an attack elsewhere. Could have been a misclick, could have been another thing there. Either way, though, full retreat from there, allowing Luciano to shift more forces back towards the front line. The right here, the church is occupied, denied to Luciano. Got the sniper opening up there, and opening up the reasons, killing some poor sap there. Rifle hanging about, he got Grenadiers moving forwards. Also note, of course, this is from the old patch. I know the new patch goes up today, but, due to the whole thing set up there, it's just, kind of got to do that day ahead, so. Tomorrow, though, there will be a replay featuring the new patch, by the way. Just a heads up there. Rifleman charging to the Grenadiers. Pioneers closing in as well here. This engagement should be won here by the Germans overall, since the Pioneers should be able to do enough damage to support the Grenadiers versus Riflemen. Sniper moving up for further aid. The Grenadiers are taking quite a bit of damage. The Pioneers could have closed in, I think, a bit more easily on the Riflemen here, to be honest, but that's that. Of North Front being secured. MD42 there, hammering away, and we got the sniper getting a kill there on the retreating Riflemen. 5 kills there for the Fatherland. Pioneers saying southwards. Up north here we got the lieutenant, and we got the ambulance away there for Redxwings, allowing him to use, support all these troops more efficient, and of course allow him to play aggressively with the lieutenant. There'll likely be a 50 caliber full up here. Could also be the anti-aircraft half deck. Both are viable choices. There we go, Reason pushing ahead here with the right in front of the Grenadiers, denying the house. Rifle moving in as well here, catching Luciano's Grenadiers in a very bad spot, and it causes an immediate retreat. He's up to 3 Grenadiers per way plus the sniper. Medic bunker up in the base there. Pushing forwards here, not securing the centre victory point, content to try and pressure Redxwings around his cuff point. Not a bad choice. Bit risky in some ways, but not bad. Snipers would probably have to support here the Grenadiers. Oh, so the Lieutenant once he gets up close will be able to win that one. Too late. I'm surprised he actually didn't get into the heavy car behind the tank traps, actually. But there you go. Grenadiers taking further losses. Ram to the house there, but they are taking heavy fire from the info to the Riflemen and the Grenadiers. Ambulance moving up. Fortunately, there you go. Lieutenant now being suppressed by the MD-42. 1200 rounds per minute, laying down a thick wall of fire, of which the Lieutenant cannot pass through, even with his rank. Up here in the south, or down in the south, the reactions are running past the Pioneers, allowing them to do some heavy damage to the re-echelons. Up north by the cutoff point, fighting continues as Redxwings finds his forces pinned down like insects. The ambulance there, supposed to act as a reinforcement point, is being pushed off as well here, since now Luciano can't threaten to destroy it if he's not getting it out there fast enough. No take up yet for Luciano, but there you go. No doctrinal choice though from any of the two, could try and indicate Redxwings, despite having gone for a reaction heavy build, is not going for rifle company, meaning it's either then airborne or tactical support. Of the two then, my apologies, of the two then, I suppose, I mean, we consider sort of the heavy reaction build, tactical support makes the most sense, because he's not upgrading with flamethrowers, he wants to upgrade with something. In that regard, you know, Browning light machine guns would give them, you know, a nice firepower boost. But there you go, anti-aircraft attack on the way there for Redxwings. From these reservations here, victory points being seized back and forth. Overall, Luciano though and the 2nd SS Panzer is shown though making good gains now, holding most of the map and giving Redxwings quite the headache. Though Redxwings should be able to turn that around with the anti-aircraft attack. As Luciano is currently in the situation, he's actually got no anti-tank weapons, he's got no mines either. So anti-aircraft attack here will be a very potent tool for Redxwings. Sniper spotted, rushed off the field, but right now we can see though Luciano's threatening Redxwings' field further, though, of course, so is Redxwings doing to Luciano. Pioneers on the way there to help build, so he doesn't want to retreat the Pioneers here, so he can just keep them at front line, plus more Pioneers generally in the longer term tends to be good. Opens up for more repairs, more options, flamethrowers, minesweepers, and the ability to lay down mines. So there's a lot of reason to go for additional Pioneers down the road. This being enforced, light machine on the way there, no light to mechanized company as of yet for Luciano. In this case he might end up using the spotters for the time being here for the sniper. Pioneers are done, grab me some fuel point. But nice swing around here by Redxwings run, just continues sinking in resource into, which could have been, you know, rather expensive situation. He instead tries to shift around his entire axis of attack, trying to outmaneuver Luciano and catch him off guard, and so far I'd say that has worked well. I mean, it does mean conceding the territory in the east, but once, you know, Luciano then shifts towards the west, he can then push back very easily in the east and seize a lot of territory. So I would say tactically well handled there by Redxwings. Tactically well handled. And we can see now again, as Luciano is shifting towards west, he can now begin sending troops into the east. Though in this case there's still some Germans waiting that can give him some troubles. Noting Redxwings actually lost a rifle squad, so he's had to replace it. That's going to slow down anything further from Redxwings. No sign of upgrades yet, though he can now go for tactical support to go for a Browning light machine gun. After moving westwards here, Grenadiers being hit into the Lieutenant's line of fire. We got the half-truck opening up as well there, catching the Grenadiers, suppressing them all. And we got another rifle squad out there for Redxwings, for America. Sniper though joining in, MD-42 supporting as well here, 15 kills on the sniper so far, really good work there by Luciano. Half to moving up, and there we go, setting up. No incendiary armor pistol rounds means he's got no real way of, you know, punishing the half-track right now for doing that, or even hurting it. Like to make a nice company that is up, he can't go for the Pack 40. He could also go for 222s. That certainly requires a bit more work. In the far east, we got here the Grenadiers versus the Riflemen. Forcing them off the field. In the far west, Grenadiers securing the victory point there. And you got the Panzer up, they can only field sig up here for Luciano. Germany. Riflemen hitting the eastern point. Pearson's Riflemen setting up, Pearson grabbing the center victory point, and back here ambulance acting as a support healing point there, and reinforcement point for Redxwings. Very good uses there. Nice aggressive play with it. And also very aggressive play there with the half-track. He's clearly not worried that Luciano's laying down tunnel mines. It's that or he doesn't care or he's forgotten. And in fact, Luciano has laid down tunnel mines, but none that can sort of immediately threaten the half-track the way he's using it. How do you say, going for an M20, this could have been much more effective. Since you want to get closer with that one, but the half-track is want to stay at range. So right here, it's less likely the half-track hits, but you know, say Sherman down the road, anything like that, could rush into it and get destroyed. Overall, Redxwings' strategy here is certainly a bit opaque at the moment. I mean, again, he just seems like going for the reactions just to grab a lot of territory, which isn't a bad idea, but he's so far not achieving anything further with them. Got the weapon max up, and again, I imagine some of them will be equipped with bazookas, but I'd be a bit surprised if he equipped all of them with bazookas. But imagine some of them get spear yards or something else then. Half Chamberlain quickly suppressing the Pioneers, laying down a heavy fire the Pioneers cannot withstand. Redxwings now in control of both fuel points. That was a brief time that last year versus Luciano. Still, that should help him catch up and do whatever he wants to. Pioneer push in the west for the western victory point is thwarted by the lieutenant in the center, and is moving up rear, and then a bit of a sticky situation. Oh, he has actually cleared out the barbed wire in front of the church. And Redxwings does end up going for the rifle company. He could have gone for it sooner, but ends up at this stage going for it. I mean, he can easily still upgrade a lot of his troops to flamethrowers, and there we go. Got the flamethrowers the way there for the reactions. You can even upgrade them with an additional BAR bazooka on top of the flamethrower if he wants to. Still a bit surprised it took him so long to go for it, but I'm guessing there might just not been a clear plan in head there for Redxwings. Just he might have wanted to keep his options open for other things he can do, but with that many reactions, he just seems like he's the obvious choice to me. But there you go, double flamethrowers up. That's going to be quite unpleasant for Luciano, which tries to again, of course, just a lot of firepower on the reactions. There we go. Going to be immediately bursting into flames as half the unit is gone in a matter of seconds. Very potent upgrade there for the re-echelons. And I suppose at some level Luciano's not going to be too surprised with that many re-echelons and knowing he's got rifle company. And the fire is going to secure the victory point. He's pushing for the cuff point. Grenadiers holding off, but again, there's a lot of flamethrowers. I mean, even if they don't get a damage bonus, the thing is they're AoE weapons. With the Grenadiers holding up behind cover, they're going to be easy targets for the flamethrowers. Taking heavy damage, and they're almost wiping out the entire Grenadier squad, just highlighting how powerful flamethrower weapons are in general, and that's even without a damage bonus from being in heavy cover. Grenadiers repulsed here. Luciano suddenly found himself on the back foot here, spearheaded here by Redxwings' double flamethrower attack. And Luciano is actually preset for the support of Cork and then get some armor out here, some Panzers versus Redxwings. So far no sign of that, a bit more to go, partly due to the effective fuel harassment here from Redxwings, denying Luciano access to it and making it much harder for him to push out, say, a fast Panzer for him, a Stuga Ostwind. And again, using the Ford ambulance here, allowing Redxwings to maintain a much stronger field presence and making it much harder to just push off, making it harder for Luciano to actually make gains. So rules some nasty play there. Spotted right as you're about to finish the Stalemate, cancelling it. And there you go, straight into the flamethrower, which immediately does a lot of damage. Flamethrowers in general on your infantry is just a really good weapon and can really do a lot of damage. But there you go, got a bazooka team, and in this case a bazooka dropped. God damn it, Carl, who told you could die and drop the bazooka? Those things are expensive. Well, not that expensive, but you know, they cost money. Sweeping eastwards there, push into the centre. Grenadier supported by the Pack 40 and the Sniper. Panzer Grenadier here for Luciano. Probably to help deal with the infantry and the re-echelons. Probably not for the Panzer, though he does have the option of equipping them with Panzer if it becomes necessary. Actually would threaten the ambulance here, but I don't think he's aware. It's then in this case Redxwings falls back with it, so Luciano never finds out the ambulance is there. For understandable reasons. Up here, reinforcement going on. No take up yet for range, so he has east of the resources. What he could easily go for fuel cache, and there you go. Luciano decides to hit fire with fire and goes for a flamethrower zone. In this case, the rear is suffering a bit much, apart because they're in heavy cover, giving the Pioneers a bit of a chance of doing some extra damage. I could imagine going for another flamethrower upgrade here would be pretty good in long term as well. And Redxwings is going for 4th rear echelon squad. What madness is... No, he cancels it. Alright, it's just 4 rear echelons. That would be pretty bold. Pretty bold, even for Redxwings. There we go, Vetches on the Grenadiers. Echelons are taking fire from the light machine guns. Plus, with the Grenadiers more spread out, due to being out in the open, the flamethrower becomes a lot less effective. Luciano, he can go for the Stug now. He might, of course, could also go for the Ostwind, or he might try and save up for the Panzer IV here, and I'm imagining Luciano's going to aim for that. Same in the resistance here with the half-track. In the centre, going to leave us Rifle repulse. In the west here, we got the largest skirmish going on. Going to leave us Rifle. The Rifle overall in a really bad spot, and they are forced to retreat here. Luciano's counter-attack has begun. As the second SS once more paces his way through Redxwings' lines. Redxwings here going for 50 caliber, as he has tagged up, but doesn't quite have the resources with tanks of his own. Veteran Infuriation squad there with 5 men now, and of course the flamethrower. A more potent assault element here that could give Luciano a bit of a headache at times. Minesweeper's up, as Luciano is not taking the potential threat of mines from Redxwings lightly. I mean, this is Redxwings obviously, and Redxwings could very well be one of the few chaps who, with this many resistance, will actually lay down mines. Though there's always the possibility he doesn't. But better safe than sorry. Try and get in here with telemines. Good work by Luciano. Very close to the Panzer IV here. Getting the other fuel point will certainly speed up that little process. Pioneers look to retreat. There's just too many Americans. The longer he sticks around, the worse. I know he tried to cut up the retreat of the Pack 40, but even then, this is just too lopsided of a battle. Still got the eastern fuel point out of Redxwings' hands. He just needs to connect it once more, and he can go for the Panzer IV, the Panzerkampfwagen 4, and immediately chooses to go for it. Very good. Sehr good. Ooh, big push here, but the BAR wielding rifle never Grenadiers being caught there. MD4 opening up could pop some incendiary armor, pistol for extra damage. The long they probably benefit from just getting it before the flamethrowers get too close. Half-tech moving in. Increasingly, the incendiary armor pistol would be, I think, a really good choice to help deal with that. Said he ends up just retreating, deciding in this position he's just much too exposed. In the southeast, Pioneers being murdered by the Lieutenant Gunner. He's trying to support here and saving the Pioneers. We got the Redxwings charging in here, noting both flamethrower squads are now Veterans 3. Of course, in this regard, the extra damage the flamethrower just gives the Redxwings, just allows the Veterans to get up notably faster. Redxwings in this case repulsed by the Gunners, the light machine gun, and a rifle grenade proving to be too much. Panzer IV Rhine Panzer moving ahead, half track though. Could be slightly caught off guard, but there you go, 50 cover covering further. Redxwings some time off from any armor here versus Luciano. Noting Luciano has yet to choose a doctrine. At this stage, Lightning War seems more likely. I mean, mobile defense doesn't offer that much late game, except maybe the command tank and occasionally Ostrom if needed. Ostrom doctrine itself becomes a lot weak if you don't choose it immediately, so Lightning War just, in terms of late game power, just seems like the better choice for Luciano. Still good close air support, target tanks, relief infantry, tactical movement, all sort of really good late game stuff. So it certainly seems more likely to be what Luciano's aiming for there. Anti-tank rifle grenade goes off against the Panzer IV, fails to make much of an impact against Kruppstahl. Big engagement in the centre. Pioneers, Grenadiers versus a single lieutenant. Reactions moving up as well here. Panzer IV moving ahead. Not a lot of anti-tank weapons here, make it much easier for Luciano to upgrade his Panzer aggressively. Though he's playing it cautiously because he doesn't know that Redxwings isn't prepared for a Panzer IV. Again, there's just that one anti-tank team, and that's sort of the real big threat to the Panzer IV at the moment. Redxwings though can go for Sherman now. He might of course plan for an EC8, in particular as the Panzer IV. The EC8 just offers more punch and durability, and it's just, you know, really good choice there. No, he goes for the regular Sherman, deciding he doesn't want to wait for the EC8. Possibly feeling like time does not allow for that. Luciano's just pushing so hard he has to go for a regular Sherman, which isn't a bad choice either, but the EC8 I think would offer more punch as the Panzer IV. More Pioneers there for Luciano as he lost the Flammenwerfer team. Pushing it with the Panzer. We're actually down to half health due to all the bazooka fire. At this stage, Luciano could consider maybe some more defensive works here and there, more mines, maybe some machine gun bunkers, sandbags, barbed wire, overall seeking to make it harder for Redxwings to attack. And Redxwings in the first division finally gets the Sherman tank out. Pack 40 moving up. Luciano needs to be careful with this Panzer IV. I mean, it is half health. Good hit on the Resistance, but need to get the pack out of there as well. And it is holding up behind the wall. Drawing some force into a situation where they can't easily defend. Very good, very good. But this is where Panzer is overall better. Except they're all the way down here in the east. And they got a Sherman pursuing them. Trying to deal with the Resistance, bomb grenade goes off. Only kills a single model, which is really expensive there, to be honest, for Luciano. And there you go, almost wiped out. In fact, they very high likelihood of getting wiped here. Still low on health. And there you go, 50 cover added. Do they actually have a chance? My god. He actually makes it. I mean, the rest of the unit dies, but there was actually someone who survived that. That is really lucky for Luciano. Still going the way there. Still no sign of Doctrine, though. .50 caliber sending up here. Stu slowly approaching. Panzer 4 being fixed up. And these fun here, though, versus heavy cover unit, they are taking, I think, more damage than they need to. Redxwings being into closer range, though. Around here, it actually ends up possibly benefiting Luciano more. Unless, of course, it decides to stand in such a manner more the rifleman from the house can actually fire at him. I mean, he ends up doing that. Which obviously makes it a bit easier for Redxwings to defend. Up north here, we got a machine gun being assaulted by the Sherman support by the lieutenant. Well, the lieutenant is pinned down to the ground, desperately needing Sherman support. Still forces Luciano to pull back the machine gun. And we got another Stalemate down here from him. As the Panzer 4 rolls ahead again, unknowing of what lies behind. Crashes through the walls, shattering the masonry. Shattering the Yankees. Though technically, if they were to like try and bash through a wall or anything like that, they'd actually turn the turret away so they wouldn't, hammer the gun barrel into it. Like you just, reverse it. Little fun fact there, by the way. Sniper with 39 kills, but that's really impressive there for Luciano. Good work. In this west, the Stu is without no real support, not even a machine gun. Seems a bit hazardous there for Luciano. Panzer 4 moving westward instead. Grenadiers nearby. There we go. 50 coming up, suppressing the Grenadiers. For Panzer Grenadiers will likely be the next target to be suppressed if they're not careful. Eastern victory point there being grabbed by Luciano's plucky Grenadiers. And we got more Pioneers. As Luciano keeps losing Pioneers. He's already lost 2 squads and he's going to be going for the 4th one. Smoke screen off here from the Sherman. Interesting, interesting. Curious as to why he threw it there. Either way, though, might have just thrown off Luciano a bit. Oh dear, half-tech finally took some ending damage. They're heading a Panzer fast. And we got a big reaction push here. All 3 squads, the bazookas and the flamethrowers, overwhelming Luciano's eastern forces in a tide of fire and fury. So Redxwings is rather low on anti-tank weapons here versus Luciano. And he's basically relying on the Sherman and a pair of bazookas to deal with the Panzer 4 and a Stu gun, possibly more down the road. Still, Redxwings is fighting valiantly here versus Luciano, keeping up pressure, attacking and looking to outmaneuver. Very good. We'll have to see if he goes for another regular. Sherman actually ends up going for the EC8. Sherman has been fixed up once more. And there you go, Grenadiers charging forwards. Catch the Resistance in a really bad spot there. It's exposed out in the open. They have no way of defending themselves against the Germans and all their firepower. Clearing out the mines there, though. Oh, actually, never mind. That's not mines. He's laying down mines of his own. That's also pretty good. That is also pretty good. Oh, he probably needs a bunch more here and there, but still, it's a start, and we got white phosphorus called down here on the church and the position around it. Could make it harder for Luciano to defend. It will make it harder, in fact. There we go. Huge clouds of white phosphorus envelop the church and parts of the cemetery. They're in a white cloud of death. Chemical death. Sherman moving ahead here. Panzer 4, they're being flanked here. Shooting through the hedges as the bazooka team engage in on them, being caught up in their own white phosphorus. There you go. Almost got the Panzer 4, though. Oh, slow this retreat, and gets away, but that was really close there for Luciano, to be honest. That was quite close. Grenadiers push back here. Riflemen taking heavy damage from the Grenadiers, moving up with the light machine guns. Sniper there retreating. Panzer Grenadiers are back at base, only now moving out. Riflemen, as they crossed into negative cover, took a lot of damage from the Grenadiers, so that was not too wisely done there by Redxwings. But then the Grenadiers keep exposing themselves, allowing the Riflemen to get off a lot of free shots just to get to the house, and there you go, allowing Redxwings Riflemen to retreat. Far west, another hit here, and the Major being sent in to grab the field point, returning nearby to support if he wants to. Which Major is it? It's Major Tom. Oh god, I don't like Major Tom. Yeah. Sherman on the way there though for Redxwings. The EC8 this time around, something with a bigger gun and a bit better armour. And health. No, just a lot of improvements. And east, we got the half-tech blasting away at Luciano's infantry. Stug moving ahead. Half health, those a bit risky there for Luciano. We'll have to see if he goes for another Stug here or a Panzer IV more. Still no charge for Doctrine. I do find this a bit worrying there for Luciano. He really should be choosing one now. We really ought to be having one now. There we go. EC8 out for Redxwings. So then because of the E8, which was basically I think a reference to suspension. So the upgrade it got there. A lot of machine gun fire against the rear there, but still Redxwings maintaining good map control right now. And with the double tanks, it's also got a nice armoured fist here with it to deliver big punches versus Luciano's nose. Panzer IV sitting hit attack from the 5th Cavalry machine gun there. Sherman's moving about, crashing through the terrain, shattering it, destroying it. Caught acts of random vandalism by Redxwings. Which also happens to be the name of his debut album, Acts of Random Vandalism. Punchers are pushing through the smoke now being laid down. They expose themselves there without any support thanks to the smoke. In the southeast we got Grenadiers versus the Riflemen. MD42 moving ahead. Setting up there for some heavy fire against the armies. Ludwig! Ja? That's the wrong window, you idiot! Oh, sorry, I keep doing that. Yeah, that's bad, Ludwig. That's really bad. Got these moving up, they're firing a 76mm gun, easy to penetrate the Panzer IV Strong's armor. Stug shoots, penetrates. Nisha moving up, pushing back the Grenadiers with heavy fire there, murdering Ludwig and Wilhelm. And a self-propelled pine tree rolls down the road. But there you go, pushes Panzer IV a bit too far perhaps. Smoke screen being laid down again. Really good use of smoke here by Redxwings, by his tanks. Really good use of smoke. I feel it's a neglectable. There you go, use it to flank behind the Stug that we got a Pack 40 coming in, but then he can get behind the small house here. That should not be a problem. Half take down, but there you go. Stug being outmaneuvered. If you destroy the Stug, it becomes a lot harder for Luciano to deal with the tanks, since then his Panzer IV is heavily outnumbered. He doesn't have the firepower to stop this. The Stug that really provides it. Pack 40 moving up, but there you go. Stug down, it's the Panzer IV next. Good use of smoke now. Get laid down the smoke screen again, deciding perhaps just to break off. Almost got the Panzer IV here. Damage engine. Oh dear. Pack 40 about to get the Sherman. Sherman needs to fall back here. Main gun out. EC8 shoots. Pack 40 can't get it. And the Panzer IV goes down. A big loss there for Luciano. All of his armor destroyed here. And Redxwings just keeps throwing down the smoke. Partly just to obscure what is going on and make it harder for Luciano to figure out what's happening. And he ends up stopping up in front of the Pack 40 if he can't attack around time. There we go. It misses. It misses at point blank range because of the smoke. Oh dear, that was complete browbeating there for Luciano. Got a Stug on the way there. He's about to lose his Pack 40. In the meanwhile, Redxwings got 2 tanks. Luciano's got zip. This is really bad for Luciano. He still hasn't chosen a doctrine. He still has not. There you go, stealing the Pack 40s, trying to make way. There you go, wipe the crew. And now we got these here, they're dealing with it. If Redxwings can't have it, no one will. Panzer fastening the EC8, damaging the engine. But the Pack 40 is very much lost. Luciano will have to go for a replacement. And And there you go. Second pack 4 on the way. Redxwings going for another replacement rifle squad, though he still ends up relying a lot on his flamethrower echelons. We actually have done more damage than one of his rifle squads. Granted, that was a replacement one probably, so still some losses then that probably could have been gained by earlier ones, but even then, those echelons are packing a lot of punch. So there you go. Stu pack 40 round here for Luciano and the second SS. Sniper keeps killing away though. 51 kills. 50 card moving in, Stu moving in. Luciano might want to consider mortar just to help lay down some fire here versus some of Redxwings troops. Maybe catch his machine guns in a bad spot. Plus smoke of his own wouldn't hurt either. Sherman veterancy 2. Gaining more power. Experience. Shiny belt buckles. Might want to be a bit more aggressive with this machine gun. There you go. Rapid stopped, halted, and forced away. Oh dear, Pioneers on their own versus Lieutenant. But there you go. Got the gun here to the rescue. Well, he's sort of to the rescue. Luciano can soon go for a second stew. And at this stage, probably should. The more firepower he can muster versus Redxwings armor, the better. As for Redxwings, he can soon go for another EC8. You could also just consider going for Jacksons. All very valid options. Looks like Luciano's playing here for another Panther Force, just forgetting about the possibility of going for another Stug. EC8 was the pack forward of the Panther that can only field stick, penetrates the EC8's armor. Shot bounced, smoke screen down though. Falling back here with no trouble, no problems, no complaints. Panther versus around there, go getting some good hits. Small chance of wipe here. Small, but sadly not enough there for Luciano. And what is this? He ends up going for lightning wall, but he's also going for heavy Panzer core. So Luciano is playing for Panthers now. That's a bold move. Considering anything, Redxwings going for Scots in the meanwhile. Oh, he's going for a Panzerwerfer. He cancels it, probably realising that it's probably a bit too of an unorthodox choice here versus the master of the unorthodox. Which is, you know, trying to beat the master in his own playing ground, which is probably not going to work out too well. Back at healing reinforcement for Luciano. Healing up his Pioneer. Gonna need to push him back in the Major. How do you like that, you Major asshole? Oh, you're so clever, Ludwig. Yeah. I come from Wittgenstein. How does that even stick together? Shut up, Fritz. Fuel cash. Yeah, I think really Luciano is playing for the Panther because of course we're up with the Tiger. I think playing for a Tiger now is too expensive just manpower and fuel wise. Even a Panther's risky, but I mean he's rather not committed to it, so I suppose he has to go for it because otherwise all the resources just investment in that tech is going to be a complete waste anyway. So no. Fuel cash up though makes it also harder for Redxwings to harass him. Here's hold it up there. We need to get the Stug back to sort of defend around here because this is going to be a big target for any armor that Luciano sends in. Sniper with 60 kills, and in these here, Redxwings attacks with Sherman and re-echelons, pummeling his way through Luciano's remaining and tattered eastern lines. Luciano getting close here, of course all the troops in Aster and forces will heal, makes it harder for him just to go for the Panther even then, but with all this armor that Redxwings is out, I can certainly understand why he might feel tempted to try the Panther out. Could work out possibly. Redxwings pulling his armor together once more. Scott moving up to provide artillery support. He needs to split it out here. There's fire incoming there. He could actually get stuff hit pretty badly. But he's very close. It'll be roughly a minute in terms of fuel away from the Panther, but manpower wise, he's actually several minutes away, at least 2 to 3. And that's assuming again he doesn't suffer too many manpower losses. He has to replenish. And keep reinforcing, so the Panthers keeps just getting pushed further and further away. I mean, a Tiger I think would just be too expensive right now. I mean, obviously it could work, but again that means a Panther was just a waste anyways. And again, manpower-wise and fuel-wise, it's just too expensive. I mean, fuel-wise, you could probably make it with the manpower-wise. The 640 manpower needs is just too high of a price right now. So it's not something I'd recommend. Rifling out and then getting shot by Grenadiers in the stew. He's almost got the fuel for the Panther, but again, manpower wise, the mark is a bit further off. At least 2 minutes, probably more, around 3 or even 4, considering again the way he's sort of been forcing things constantly. So we'll see that Luciano can't get it out, and we'll turn the tide here versus Redxwings in America. These Grenadiers pushing ahead. We got a 5th caliber defending that point easily, and that's going to pretty much just stop the Grenadiers dead in their tracks. 88 caught up with the Pack 40 sniper with 64 kills. Okay, troops here reinforcing. Luciano paying for the next big push as he just slowly builds up towards the Panther, very slowly. There you go, Bazooka team's going here for the fuel cache. I mean, he doesn't need the fuel as such now, but again, it was just help for them protecting his calf point. And preferably, of course, he would have long-term preferred getting more fuel out of it. So we'll see either way, healing reinforcement, and again, delay on any armor. Again, this is sort of one of the main issues there with sort of heavy tier later game. You know, again, it's just also the manpower cost can be really expensive for the Wehrmacht. So in that regard, going for Panther to Tigers becomes rather tricky if you're in a sort of awkward spot. So obviously, can Luciano just, you know, put things on hold for long enough to just get the Panther out, or will he just end up, you know, having wasted essentially all the resource in that heavy Panzer Corps? Which of course includes precious manpower. Seems like this time around he might just be in close enough. We got these hit moving it straight hit on the Stooge. Sniper there with 66 kills. Pushing through the cemetery, hoping he doesn't end up entrapping too many men there. And again, reinforcement. I mean, he just keeps delaying that Panther. But again, that's his planning. Or his Tiger. Which again just begs the question about the heavy Panzer Corps. I mean, it really seems like Luciano's just managed to create himself a bit of a late game sticky spot here. He's not really helping him push ahead much versus Redxwings. We'll see, we'll see. He's hardly out of the fight, but the situation isn't optimal right now for Luciano. Far from it. Then we see this in the south. Push up here with the Panzer Grenadier, the Grenadier. Alright men, we shoot all of the Americans and we shoot some good. If they ask to surrender, we shoot them some more. So they understand we're not looking to take prisoners. 68 kills on the sniper. And he's definitely having an impact there on Redxwings. I'm not be surprised that makes up a lot of his kills. I mean, yeah, that is roughly 1/3 of all the kills this match for Luciano has been that sniper. Alright, he's really close now to the Panther. He's really close. We'll have to see if that's what's going for. Meanwhile, Redxwings going for another EC8. When he's planning the tie again, it becomes more risky in a sense, because again, that means putting aside even more manpower. I mean, in the current situation, he can withstand a Tiger as well, but again, it begs the question, why the heavy Panzer Corps then? But I think Luciano's now thinking he's going to go for the Tiger. He's also got here still close air support lined up. That could be helpful. And he can sort of make a good attack. You know, try to bait Redxwings into calling his arm in one spot. He could then call in the still close air support. That way, you know, try and win through. But yeah, he's going for the Tiger now. So you basically end up asking, why this then? Just feels like, you know, had he not gone for it, he would actually have the Tiger out soon. He could actually have it out minutes ago, probably. There you go, Tiger out for Luciano for Germany. Deutschland. So there you go, Tiger arriving. And we'll have to see if Luciano can put it to good use versus the Yankees. And he's about need to retreat. They're really in a bad spot, low on health. Exposed out in the open. Sherman there hammering away, murdering Luciano's Grenadier squad. Quite a loss at this stage of the fight. Got punishing, push back. Here's Sherman's coming in. Scott, Resistance, all firing away there. Tiger moving forward. Stu getting the Sherman. Smoke screen down. Sherman running forwards. Does not try and engage the Sherman here. And there you go. USF moving in, engaging the Tiger. Stu being flanked. It looks like a bit of pathing issues for him. He's trying to get it out there, but he's just taking more fire. Scott moving in. But there you go. USF could take a lot of hits from the rear. Stu and Tiger tank almost got it. Almost got it. There you go. EC8 down. EC down. But there's just so much more smoke being laid down here. Stu that goes down. Quite a loss there for Luciano at this stage of the fight. Tiger half health. Infantry depleted. And Redxwings still got an overall larger force here. That was not an auspicious inauguration of the Tiger tank, to put it mildly. Nice putting it back for repairs as Redxwings then secures most of the map. .72 kills on the sniper. And there you go. Redxwings got another mine out, or tank up. Both Telemann spotted. Sending the Tiger here. Realising you can't keep it back just so it gets repaired. You might want to consider using some relief infantry just to help get up some more troops in the field that way. Shoots miss until he called in. Scott penetrates the Tiger's 100mm thick armour. That's a bit awkward. Tiger's now actually quite low on health. He really needs that repaired. But relief infantry and then some too close support might give an option, but right now the options are looking very, very slim for Luciano overall. And there you go, catch the Pioneers to repair the Tiger, killing a lot of them, slowing down any attempts at picking up the Tiger tank. They're sending complete mess. You could actually try and call in there once the Luciano pulled in, or Redxwings pulled in, I could have called Stuka close air support, but failed to do so. Certainly unfortunate there for Luciano. Pioneers getting further shattered, pack firing, Tiger supporting there. Unit white, Lieutenant finally perished. And there you go, calling in the Stuka clear support. The problem is he doesn't have line of sight there, plus the way it's centered, Redxwings can much more easily escape. I mean, again, had he called it in here, it would have been much more effective because it would sort of been in the middle and much harder for Redxwings just to escape. So the call in here, I think, is also just a bit squandered, to be honest. It pushes back Redxwings, but it's not quite as effective as it could have been. Also, his Pioneers just took a beating, so again, repairs to the Tiger are going to be further delayed. Still, he did some damage to Redxwings, but the damage to Luciano is just that much greater. 117 versus 183. Second SS has certainly seemingly run out of steam here versus the Americans in the 1st Infantry Division. Back here, healing enforcement going on. Tiger still in need of repairs. Sniper there landing some more kills. 81. Need to fix up that Tiger. Schnell. Sherman moving in. Could actually try and grab the point. That could be a bit risky if he then gets caught by a Grenadier squad moving up with a light machine gun mowing down the crew. It looks like Redxwings figures not to do it. But there you go. Tiger being repaired. Infantry moving about. He can soon go for another Stuke to support the Tiger. Grierson's still about here. Punt's going to be moving ahead, and we got something going on here. The Major setting up a fort retreat point. Punt's as the veteran, if you're around for catching the bad spot, but there you go, direct hit from the Scot, killing poor Heinz. Eating him a bit like ketchup. Tiger's almost good to go. Almost good to go, but the odds are stacked against it. Victory points are not looking good there for Luciano either. He can go for this Duke now. Probably should. Goes for the Austrian instead. He's more focused about infantry now, I guess. Might want to get that Tiger moving though, Luciano. Mach schnell. There you go, shoots, get a good kill, but we got a big push. They're still going in. Sherman moving in. Tiger needs to move in. Stug on the way decides maybe, he needs Stug anyways. Just maybe. Sniper operating in the south, a bit risky on its own there. 82 kills. If he gets caught on a bad spot, that's the 50 cover. That could be a full wipe. Ooh, exquisitely hit there for the Tiger tank. Almost takes out the entire Essen squad. Sherman attacking now on the front of the Tiger. Pioneers pulling ahead here. Good hit on the Sherman. Actually doesn't hit, it hits something else. And they send a bit of smoke for the Russians to retreat through. Very nice. 72 points left here. Still not looking amazingly well here for Luciano. Redxwings powered with a ton of munitions, fuel and manpower. We could easily just go for what he wants. He could also be laying down a lot on mines just to make it harder for Luciano to use his Tiger tank freely. But there you go. Redxwings back in action. Panzers there sweeping them out easily. Tiger moving about. No pinlock machine gun for the Tiger. You should consider that a field. Got the machine gun crew in the east over the sniper. Very good. A small tactical victory, but Luciano needs big ones right now. He needs really big ones. He needs some impact here versus Redxwings. It hasn't actually been laying down a lot. I think that's the only mine Redxwings have been laying down, to be honest. Big engagement in the south. Grenadiers, Pioneers fighting all out. You can get Grenadiers got the land machine. I thought that was the Pioneers actually having it there, so it was just overlate the icons. More you see it's on the other Grenadiers flank. A right flank behind the Tiger. Stu. And there goes the rest of the Stu. Stu not shooting for some reason. Why is it not shooting? That was weird. Like, it could easily fight off 2 shots, then for some reason the Stu just didn't fire. Now the Stu is in desperate need of repairs. Now the MD-42 there for Luciano. Might want to pop the one up there to defend the victory point. They're going to center Victor. Tiger move ahead. Needs to be careful not to move too far ahead. Good hit on the re-echelons. Pension hit there from the EC8. Another one arriving there. Rifleman charging forwards. Regardless of casualties they might suffer, for they have to fight for America. Almost right there though. And then realise maybe they have to retreat anyways. In the south, they're trying to push through there. Got the 5th kill, but couldn't quite get the fuel point there due to the person of the Sherman. Almost got the center victory point here. Stug moving forwards, taking hits from the bazookas. Hits the mine, hits the mine. The Tiger's actually moving out in the zone that could allow basically Redxwings to swarm it and take it out here. A bold and possibly unfortunate move here for Luciano. Smoking down here. Instead of deciding to engage anything else Luciano has here. Nope. Separating now, using the smoke screens from the rest of his forces, then able to deal with it because the pack and the Stu can't easily supported. Basically gaining firepower superiority versus the Tiger tank. Really good move there. Now charging through the massive smoke screen. Oh, really nice double move there by Redxwings, taking out the Tiger. Luciano's force, he was possibly on the cusp of a comeback, but the smoke screen here, combined with the fact he separated his Tiger without infantry support, has really just allowed Redxwings to just turn it all against Luciano in a matter of moments. Shattering his forces here now. Sherman down, but there's still the 2 EC8s. Flame for scorching away. Panzer fires going off. All other sorts of fire rifle units continue to push ahead. Good infantry to support the attack by the Redxwings. Stug down, leaving behind only the Pack 40 now. Infantry getting obliterated by the tanks and everything else. Scott laying down farming. Got White Phosphorus being called in as well here. On the midst of Luciano's defensive position. Snipers retreating. Pioneers retreating. Chaos and pandemonium reigns. That's the second as it's being demolished here. In a hell of a finishing battle here by Redxwings. Absolutely outstanding work there. Snipe. No, that's not the sniper. So let's just support down and briefly look at the sniper though. And with this, I'd say it's safely GG here, I think. Luciano's just losing too much. Even though Redxwings loses both tanks here, Luciano can't really hurt him enough. Rushing for the other victory points. Almost got the sniper there, and there you go, down he goes. $14 points left. Stug almost done. Panzer Grenadiers wiped. Hitting the eastern victory point, hitting the northern victory point. Stug arriving. I mean, there's 2 easy targets. The problem is they won't matter. It just won't matter. There's too few victory points left. And Luciano's just lost too much in the process as well. Plus, Redxwings can easily replace any armoured losses he's suffering at this stage. There we go. That is pretty much GG. A brutal battle here between Luciano and Redxwings on Lost Glider. It was close at the end for Luciano to pull through, but in the end, one mistake. The one grievous tactical error allowed Redxwings to basically turn the table and just destroy him in one brutal engagement. Overall, nasty fight here with a lot of good moves by Redxwings and Luciano. An interesting strategy here with using a lot of resistance with a lot of flamethrowers, holding on quite well, pushing and pressuring, and overall just looking to keep Luciano destabilized. Luciano, to an extent, actually ended up playing along with it, never really sort of going for anything that could maybe sort of counter this strategy very well. And some unfortunate moves with his attacks at mid-stage probably didn't help him too much either. So some really good play there, I think, from Redxwings. I think a nice note to end the December patch on as we move on to the spring patch. We'll have to see, of course, if we get any interesting, exciting match of that. Of course, we'll be seeing the first here from tomorrow on. So thank you all for joining in. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, tell friends, share it with everyone. If not, send a reply and provide some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers, thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye.